All right, so this records for 20 minutes. So, I don't need to be talking for 20 minutes. Do I? I've already drinking half of my chai. I'm so sorry I didn't wait for you, but you can catch up. I'm MeganBatoon. Welcome to this channel. If you're new here, oh my gosh, I'm so excited to have you. I don't know how you found this, if this was like on your recommended page or something like that, but maybe there's a reason for it. If you are not new here, welcome the frick back. Here's what's gonna happen today. So many questions about how to find the right therapist. I'm gonna do my best in order to give you like the exact experience of what I've had because it's been a mess. And maybe my mess can help you not have a mess. Or if you've also been through the mess, be like, wow, that's a pretty big mess, right? First of all, if you've clicked on this video for any reason of curiosity, that's awesome. If you're not interested in starting therapy, there's a million other videos you can watch. So before I get like really too far into anything, which is my MO, I wanna thank BetterHelp for sponsoring this episode because it was such a highly requested concept, and now I feel like it can offer my experience and also something tangible that you can take away if you really wanna start this work. If you've listened to my podcast, you hear me talk about BetterHelp like almost every episode. I feel like my podcast was made for BetterHelp, honestly. If you've not heard of BetterHelp before, it is real therapy. It's not self-help or a crisis line. It is real therapy with licensed professionals that help you with whatever your goals are in therapy or growth or anything that you want to focus on. It's online, it's very safe, it's secure, so you don't have to worry about like your information going anywhere else. When you sign up, BetterHelp will assess your needs and then match you with a licensed professional, and you can start talking to them within up to, you pick your preposition. Within 48 hours, you can start talking to somebody. You could do face-to-face, you could do, well, not face-to-face, you know, like virtual face-to-face, which is really the only face-to-face there is now. You can schedule weekly video or phone sessions with them. You can also log in and message them anytime that you want. In this video, I'll be talking about like how to find the exact therapist that works for you. If you do wanna work with BetterHelp and don't find the right match for a little bit, which is very normal in trying to search for a therapist, they make it free and easy to change counselors at any time. So like if you're not vibing with that person, keep it moving. Don't waste your time on somebody that you don't feel comfortable with. This is supposed to be the most safe and secure place that you are working on yourself. So like, we're gonna get into that. Maybe I'll get into the fact that there's so many different types of therapy, and BetterHelp has so many counselors that range broadly. Like anything that you are dealing with, there's a specific person within that community that can help. My favorite part about the whole thing, aside from the fact that you don't have to go anywhere, it's more affordable than traditional counseling. My therapy is expensive. Most therapy is expensive. That's why they have like little bumper stickers that say like, running is cheaper than therapy. Yes, but is that 5K gonna deal with your childhood trauma? Probably not. Oh my God, I'm coming for the marathoners. I'm laughing because like, there's a meme somewhere that's like, I'm scared of marrying in a family that does 5Ks on the holidays. That's my family. So why don't you get a pair of running shoes with the ring? Also, the service is available worldwide, which is so clutch because it's very hard to find a therapist in some locations. So it's really cool that everything is in one spot, and like, it is possible. I know that therapy is so out of reach for so many people, but there are ways to get help, and this is one of them. So if you're down for the growth, go to betterhelp.com. That's better, H-E-L-P, help, not health, even though it's one and the same. They're giving a special offer of 10% off for your first month of therapy for everyone who watches The Corner. So nice. I wish I got a discount for my therapy. You gotta go to betterhelp.com/batoon, join over 1 million people taking charge of their mental health with a licensed professional therapist. If the audio has been in and out and funky, I'm sorry, but that's because like I've been playing with the cord with my foot. And that's just a little thing I like to do. Like no hair. Now we begin the search. Number one, the most important thing when finding a therapist is, well, I guess, looking for one. And you see, I don't look that hard for anything. The only thing I really look that hard for is vintage decor. I have a second job looking for authentic mid-century pieces. Like, I really do the thing. When I buy stuff, almost all the time. Is like, I don't check the dimensions, everything comes and it's wrong. And with therapy, it's not really much different for me. Like the first time that I wanted to get a therapist, I think I just like went on Google and searched for like therapists around me. It's taken 4 therapists that didn't really work out to find the one that I'm with now. There are so many different types of therapists. There's so many different types of therapy. There's so many different types of therapists. And the most important thing is, do you guys vibe? Finding the right therapist is like finding the right person to date. Honestly, because a therapist-client relationship is a relationship. You've got to figure out like what is important to you, whether that is someone that's like the same age as you, the same demographic, the same background. To me, I really didn't care who it was, as long as I understood that I'm a boss and I have my own business, but I'm also a creative and an entrepreneur, somebody that was well-versed in the entertainment space. That was really important for me. I also really wanted somebody that could have a conversation. I've been through some therapists that really don't talk at all and just like kind of nod along and have you just like feel like you're wasting your money. I'm not about that. I also thought I wanted someone that was more like a psychiatrist that would like tell me what's wrong with me. And I realized that I don't want that either. I want someone that has like an open dialogue where they allow me to figure out what I need to figure out. But then if I ask a question, they can offer feedback, and they're very well versed in a lot of the arenas that I want some support with. I think I wrote down the qualities that I would want in a therapist: engaging, understandable, caring, gentle, active listening, smart, knowledgeable, and respectful. I don't know if you've done this. I've done this, and I've honestly, oh my God, I cannot wait to share this story with you one day. It's crazy, and you're gonna understand a little bit more of like why I've definitely gone the spiritual route, because the universe be working. I once had a friend that told me to write down every single quality that I wanted in a partner. I wrote down so many different qualities, and that was kind of like the checkbox in my head. Like, does this person have all of these things? Bare minimum stuff. I'm not talking like, if you don't have this, we can't be together, but it's like, this stuff really matters to me. You do the same thing with a therapist, in my opinion. You have to be comfortable with this person because you're gonna be in a room together, maybe, or online together, and you are essentially like verbal diarying. It's not diarrhea, it's diarying. And sometimes it comes out like diarrhea. Verbally telling this person everything that's going on in your mind, even the stuff that you're kind of like, I don't want to share this with anyone because I don't like the way it makes me feel. I don't like this. You've got to be very close with this person. I remember someone telling me when I was hiring, would you want to sit next to them on a flight? I think that's a good litmus test, but I'm also thinking like, I'm not gonna just be sitting with this person 30,000 feet in the air. I'm gonna be sitting 3 to 6 feet away from them during fight or flight. I think that's more important. Try and find someone that can hold you emotionally and support you and not be judgmental and make you feel safe. This is dating advice and therapist advice. I was doing some research for this video and I read somewhere, I love that I have no sources. It's gotta be like the American Psychological Association or something like that said that the therapeutic alliance, like the relationship bond between therapist and client, is almost more important, if not equally important, as the type of therapy you're getting. I do cognitive behavioral therapy, which basically deals with thoughts and patterns of the way that we think. Let me get like somebody that actually knows what they're talking about to tell you about CBT. It helps people learn how to identify and change destructive or disturbing thought patterns that have a negative influence on behavior and emotions. And boy, does it work for me. But honestly, if my therapist didn't do CBT and did something else, I would probably still be with her because she's so dope. The thing to note about this is like, if I were to refer my therapist to some other people, maybe they wouldn't gel with her. Nothing in therapy is one size fits all. The only thing that is an umbrella statement is that it helps. That's the one thing that I can say about it for every single person on this planet. Therapy will help you. I had a friend ask me the other day who is not like quite ready to go into therapy, but just kind of like testing the waters, and they asked me, is every experience good, even if it's bad? I've had some sessions that I felt like were a waste of money. I've had some sessions that make me feel worse than I was when I went in. Everything is a process. Therapy is a process, finding the right therapist is a process, and the growth is always a process. So I think what works really well for one person may not work great for another person, even if those two people are best friends. It's so individual. Find what works for you by what makes you feel the best. It's literally back to that. Like, it's always, how does it make you feel? That's how you can tell. Your emotions, and I've said this before, and I've said this on my podcast, your emotions are your inherent compass. Emotions and the way that you feel is the barometer and the freaking map of where you wanna go. Does it make you feel good? Go that way. You don't like that feeling? Maybe take a different route. Unless it's like, you know, dealing with things. You cannot go over them. You cannot go around it. You cannot go past it. You have to go through it. Also, don't feel bad if you're not getting along with your therapist or you just like don't feel good. You can always leave. They're the most understanding people. Or they should be. I remember I tried to break up with a therapist one time because I just like wasn't feeling it. I basically ghosted them, which was my fault. I know that I should have been honest, but you know, you live and you learn. My thing is, you don't know how you're gonna work with someone until you're actually working with them. Again, it's like dating. You're on your best behavior in the beginning, but then like you really get into a groove after a little bit. So don't get hung up on finding the right person the first time. It's like trying to find your spouse before you've even entered the dating pool. You date around to see what you like and what you don't like in a partner, and then you take all of that knowledge that you've accumulated, and then you enter the right partnership, and then it's beautiful. Same thing with therapy. Obviously, I know that this is a very scary embarkment, but if you've been following me for any amount of years, you've seen the difference. I relate that so much to therapy. There are a few other things that I'm doing, but that's like the one thing that I don't ever want to change. Like, I always want to be in therapy for the rest of my life because it's that important and that monumental and that life-changing to me. I know that it's not really accessible monetarily. That's why places like BetterHelp exist. If you do want to go the traditional route, therapy is not cheap. So they have sliding scales where they can offer a discounted rate, or maybe a colleague, maybe not like the top therapist in that firm, but somebody else that trains with them that can help you for a lower rate. Therapy is too expensive for me even. I go every other week because I can't afford every week. Find what works for you. Like, anything helps. Any help helps. I know it's really hard to find good help, and I know it's not accessible, and I understand. I've already gotten so many messages of people that have like finally taken the first step because of my videos or the Corner Project or my podcast, and that makes me so happy because there's only so much that I can do, right? Like, I can tell you everything I know, but I'm not a therapist. I can only help you find another person that can be in your corner. In another corner. I got this corner. You know what I mean? I got you. I hope this helped. It really was just like one major tip, but oh, is that tip major. If you like this video, feel free to subscribe. Also, if you want more of this in a direct to your inbox type of way, I have an exclusive corner called The Corner Project on Substack. I'll put the link in the description box, along with the BetterHelp link, and let's keep vibing. Oh my God, I just said let's keep vibing in a weird concerto way. Okay. Have a good day with whatever else you're doing. I hope you enjoy every part of it. Okay, bye.